Hi there, welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara, Fáilte. I did try and go outside this morning. I even had my yoga mat over there out on the deck, and I was just this blurry blob of white, so it didn't work. There's just too much light today, and that's okay. So today is Sunday, and we're going to be kind of deepening down into the floor, working deeply into our hips, doing some pigeon, and there's a few moments in this where we'll be winding into our lower backs and winding into our rib cage. And whenever we're moving the first time or even the second time or the third time into a movement, go really slowly so you hear how your body is taking the movement. And then feel how you're responding, feel how the sensations are. And so you're not gliding and not listening, you're gliding, listening, slowing down, going, that's enough on this side until things warm up perhaps, or allow yourself to be different left and right, allow yourself to be different today than yesterday. Hear what's going on in your body. So come lie on the floor on your back, come. So lie on the floor, knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. Arms are long beside you. And then just draw your lower back down and flatten into the floor. And then arch and breathe into your belly. So flatten your lower back down and then arch. So as you move from flattening into arching, what's the sense of your hips, your belly, your pelvis? For me, as I arch, I feel a pulling through the deep of my belly, which is really nice. And then as I flatten, I squeeze my bum and pull my lower back down. So I'm allowing my spine to really express movement and strength this morning. Nice. And then begin to sway your knees from side to side. And as you sway your knees, and just feel the sense of this moment in your body. And so dropping your knees to one side, you're just flowing, listening, hearing your body. For me, there's a sense of the buttock muscles, the deep of my hips being massaged as I glide from side to side. Nice. Bring your arms wide and place the backs of your hands on the floor. And then drop your knees down towards the right. And then draw your left knee up in the direction of your right shoulder. So we're going into gliders. So go really slowly with this one as you move into it. Come back out. Drop your knees to the left and draw your right knee up towards your left shoulder. And just continue gliding from side to side. So drop your knees to the right, left foot to right foot, left foot to right knee, left knee to right shoulder. Those of you who know the movement, just sway, swing, glide from side to side. For me, I'm encouraging the opposite shoulder. So as my left knee moves towards the right, I try and keep my shoulder on the floor, which is allowing rotation into my chest, which is allowing me to open the front of my arms, the front of my chest, and it feels very yummy. Nice, and come back to center. Nice. So from here, draw your right knee up onto your chest, squeeze it in, just pull it deeply down, compressing your belly and your thigh together. Nice. Stretch the left leg long until it floats just above the floor and let yourself settle into that lengthening. I'm surging down into the left heel. I'm drawing my lower back into the floor, pulling my right knee towards me. Nice. Change. Draw the left knee up towards you. Hug it in. And then lengthen the right leg long till it floats just above the floor. Stretching out long and just feeling that sense of surging down into the right heel and pulling your left thigh towards you. Nice. And then begin to change from side to side. Squeeze the right knee in, lengthen the left leg long, and feel like I love that tiger feeling in my body where I'm almost rather than just swinging in air, I feel like I'm pushing something away. And as a result, I'm engaging the sense of the power of my legs. And when I slightly contract my legs in power, then when I lengthen the muscle, it feels like the entire muscle is connecting. It's called a lengthening contraction. It's the sense of in action, there's in contraction, there's more tone in the muscle and then more connection. So just feel that. Really feel like you're pushing something away with that heel as you straighten your leg. Pushing something away with your heel. Nice. Squeeze both knees towards you and then just rock from side to side. And just hear that in the lower back, in the belly, in the shoulders. Push your elbows into the floor. Circle with your knees. Circle in the other direction. Nice. So bring both feet to the floor and drop your knees wide so the soles of your feet are together and your knees are apart. And we're going to do the very first movement that we did in this movement. So the pelvic tilt. So arching into the lower back. So there's a small space between my lower back and the floor. My bum is pushing into the floor. And then flatten your lower back down. And when I do that, there's more of a contraction through the front of my hips. And my lower back is flat. My bum is squeezing. So arching into the lower back, flattening the lower back down. And as I do that, I feel movement in my inner thighs and I feel deep lengthening through all the way to the knees. Arching, flattening, arching, flattening. Again, arching, flattening. Nice. As you flatten down, lift your hips a little bit off the floor. So your feet are pushing together, you're resting on the sides of your feet, and I've lifted my bum off the floor. Lower your bum to the floor. Nice. And again, lift your lower back off the floor. Lowering down. Lift your lower back off the floor. My arms are long beside me. That's giving me stability through my torso. You can even push your fingertips or your elbows a bit into the floor to bring connection into your chest. Again, one more time. Lift. Pause there, feeling the length through the inner thighs, a sense of connection into the legs. Squeezing into the bum as you widen through the front of your hips. Drop your breath into your belly. Nice. Lower your bum to the floor. Nice. Relax through your thighs. So imagine your thighs are like a book and you're going to close the left knee over towards the right and try and squeeze the left knee as close to the right knee as you can. And then open your knee out and soles of your feet together, knees apart. Close the book to the right, squeezing that knee down. I feel this really yummy sense of the deep of my belly when I do that. Open your knee out. Great. Draw your knee over. Pause there, really squeezing your knee down towards the other one. Slowly begin to glide your left knee up in the direction of your right shoulder. So we're quite deep in here because your knee is low. And then bring your foot to foot. Knee towards your shoulder. Foot to foot. One more time. Knee towards your shoulder. Foot to foot. Open your knees wide. Nice. So do those two movements together. Feet together, knees apart is the beginning. Close your knee over towards the right. Draw your left knee up in the direction of your right shoulder. Glide back. Open wide with your knees. You can, if you want to make it harder, bring both hands together, interlock your hands, and have your arms up towards the ceiling. So gliding perhaps with your arms on the floor or with your arms up towards the ceiling, your left leg is traveling really long and smoothly from the left side all the way up towards the right shoulder. And just feel that. How deeply can you draw your knee out? And how deeply can you squeeze your knee up towards your shoulder? Nice. One more time. Next time your knee is up towards your shoulder, find a place that you can pause. So just pause there. Nice. Glide your foot back. Both arms to the floor, knees are wide. Other side. Drop your right knee over towards the left. Squeeze it down. Open your knees wide. Drop over towards the left. Squeeze it down. Wide. Next time your knee travels over, squeeze it down, pause there, and then glide your right knee up in the direction of your left shoulder, foot to foot, shoulder, foot to foot, shoulder, foot to foot. Open your knee wide. So again, keep your arms on the floor is one version, or interlock your fingers and bring your arms up to make it harder. Begin to glide. Drop your knee over towards the left. Glide it up towards your left shoulder. All the way back. Knee over, knee up. How deeply can you squeeze up? How low to the floor can you stay? How wide can you open out your knee? Just feel that. There's a sense of really discovering the end of your range in a really powerful, steady, mobile way. One more time. Next time you rise up, squeeze deeply in your range of wellness and pause there. Nice. Come all the way back. Nice. Pause there and just let that settle. Yum. Nice. So bring both feet off the floor, knees are bent. Bring your hands to your knees and just draw your lower back deeply into the floor. Push your hands into your knees into your hands. And then lengthen the left leg long, the left arm long, or whatever version of this suits you. Perhaps straightening your arm and leg does not suit. Maybe you keep your elbow bent and your knee bent. See, we're just breathing there, lengthening there. Nice. Back to center. Stretch the right arm long, right leg long, pushing deeply into the left hand as you pull the knee towards your hand. Nice. Begin to change from side to side. You can lift your head off the floor to make it harder. You're looking down towards your navel. Again, feel like you're pushing something away with that straightening leg. Maybe you're keeping your knee bent, arm bent. See what's right for you. Nice. Come back to center. Oh, drop your feet to the floor. So reach your right arm over your head so it rests on the floor. Drop both knees down towards the right. Bring your left hand to the floor in front of you, and then reach the left hand out and kind of, so if you imagine that you're trying to reach so that you can bring both palms to the floor and your nose to the floor, and stretch the left leg long behind you. And then roll onto your back and pull the left elbow behind you into wing. Your left knee comes forward. So both palms to the floor. Try and bring your nose to the floor. Stretch that left leg behind you. Really feel the length of that as you reach deeply into the left arm and stretch deeply into the left leg. And then pull your left elbow back. Wing to the floor. Face to the floor. And then pull back, twisting. Wing to the floor. Face to the floor, stretching your left side very, very long as you do this. Nice. Lie on your side, bring your left hand to the floor in front of you, and then just glide your left knee up, touch your elbow, stretch your long leg deeply back behind you. Knee up, stretch it back, Keep your left hand really steady on the floor. Stretch your leg back. One more time. Knee up. Stretch your leg back. And then lengthen your left arm long. Bring your nose to the floor and create a really, really long, strong sense of lengthening through the whole left side of your body. And breathing into your belly. Nice. Come land on the floor. Pause on the floor. Nice. Other side. Left arm is long beside your ear. Roll over onto your left side. Bring your right hand to the floor in front of you. From here, bring your right palm to the floor, left palm to the floor. Try and bring your nose to the floor and swing your right leg behind you, either knee bent or leg straight. And then pull your right elbow back, wing. And draw your right knee up. Face to the floor, palms to the floor. Stretch your leg out long behind you. So wing, twist. It's the gliders in that moment. And then stretch your leg long as you bring your face to the floor. So wing. Face to the floor. So you're really rolling on that left side of your body. Wing, your elbow comes to the floor behind you. Stretch it long. Your face comes to the floor in front of you. One more time. Wing. And then long. Bring your right hand to the floor straight in front of you. Is that your right hand? Yes, that's your right hand. And then bend your right elbow, tap your bend your right knee, tap your elbow, and then stretch your leg long behind you. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch. One more time. Bend, stretch, pause there in the long, reach your right arm long, and try and bring your nose to the floor. Try and bring your chest to the floor. Stretching deeper and deeper. I'm crawling that right hand forward and reaching so deeply down into my toes, down into my foot. Nice. Come all the way back. Whew. Land on the floor. Nice. So just lift both legs in the air and grab your ankle with the opposite knee and just open into your hips a little bit. So I'm pulling my knee towards me, which is pulling my foot towards me. So we're just warming up for pigeon. Just feel that your hips are opening, there's a spiraling. And next time your right foot is grabbed by your left knee, then just wiggle your hips here a little bit. So you're trying to move your hips like a steering wheel. Just feel that. You can do country dancing with your arms to exaggerate the rib movement. Other side. Bring your right foot to the top of the left knee so that your ankle is resting. And then steering wheel with your hips. And then just notice what you would do with your arms. For me, it turns into country dancing. But whatever version of that you do, that would exaggerate and support the movement of your hips. Nice. Roll over and come into your cat pose. Last movements. So you're in your cat pose, and then bring your right knee forward to your right hand and lengthen your left leg long behind you. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Pause as you lengthen upwards. So as always, if you find that this brings too much weight into your right knee, come into zigzag. So that's where your left knee is bent and your right knee is forward in front of you. And you're doing the same thing, but it just doesn't have the same gravitational load. So stretch your left leg long behind you. Maybe lift the back knee off the floor. Nice. Drop your knee to the floor. Lower your belly all the way down. Bring your elbows down. And just settle in. If you feel, oh, my knee, then come into zigzag. That's where you drop your right bum and just bend your left knee up so it's out to the side. And you'll get a benefit, which is really important, but without the weight into your leg. Remember, don't hurt your knees. Knees don't take any hostages. They're They're really very precise knees. And so they do certain things, and you have to really build up that kind of strength or that mobility. So just see. If you're deep in your pigeon, you can wiggle from side to side. If you're in your zigzag, and just see what kind of movement your belly can do from side to side. And just feel that, just leaning into the belly, rolling. And just see. Nice. Other side, bringing both hands back. And then draw the left knee forward to the left hand. Stretch your right leg long. Walking your toes back, come up onto your fingertips, rise. Again, if your knee doesn't like that, zigzag. If your knee does like that, pigeon. Nice. And then come forward. Again, you're either in pigeon or in zigzag. Listen to your knee. Really, really, really don't do anything that hurts your knee. Ever. It's like challenge it healthily, ease off, challenge it healthily, ease off. Listen all the time. Um, they just take so long to heal, knees. Wiggle a bit. Lengthen a little bit into it. Ease a bit into it. Nice. Cool. So just come all the way up into seated. Bring the soles of your feet together. And then just drop your head forward towards your toes. The rooster's name is Goldilocks. He's quite a sweet rooster, actually. Those of you who were around back in springtime, I would have told you the stories that there was a rooster out there called Redneck, and he used to attack me all the time. I used to have to go out with a stick in case he ran after me and attacked me. He used to cut me. He used to jump at me so much, and so Goldilocks is his son. And so yeah, Goldilocks is so sweet. He's this fluffy, big, golden rooster. And this morning he's very noisy, which is very nice. Nice. Come all the way up. Stretch your legs out long, just roll into your belly. And I really hope you have a wonderful day. A sense of connecting to the gloriousness of this week, this moment in the sun. Yeah. And my swim yesterday was awesome. So we ended up swimming 2.3 kilometers, which is really amazing. But this morning when I was doing yoga, salt water kept running out of my nose. Oh, it's so sweet. So I will see you all tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. So great, lovely. Thanks for joining me. It really is such a pleasure. Slán go fóill. Thanks so much for joining me today. Really such a pleasure. I just love this stuff. It's just so cool. My life is richer because of it. Any information you want, info@nother.com. And otherwise, yeah, just email us and tell us how you're getting on at info@nother.com. We love hearing from you, this tribe, this connection, this awesome bunch of movers who are willing to move in many different ways and many different directions. And yeah, so be well, be awesome, and be you. Yeah, slán go fóill, slán slán.